in this question, it's asking us to work out x plus 16, which equals to 30. This problem you may not be familiar of, but the name is titled Algebra. You may have heard algebra before once or twice in your life, but I'll explain how to do it and what it means. Algebra just simply means missing number. And we have to work out that missing number to complete the equation, like this question. So, work out x plus 16, which equals 30. Now, this may look hard and tricky, but algebra is the most easiest subject any year 6 could ever learn. So firstly, we have to see what method or operation can I use to work this out? Inverse operation. Inverse operations mean when it's completely the opposite of the symbol. Here's an example. For example, plus and the opposite of plus is subtract. Multiply, which is the opposite of multiply, is division. Adding and multiplying, subtracting and dividing. So for example, it's asking us to add, we actually have to subtract actually. Let's keep this right in the corner to remember. There. Now that we've moved that out of the way, let's work out this. So because there's an adding symbol, let's check what's the inverse. Subtracting. So we have to do 30 subtract 16. So 0 take away 6, which we can't do. We exchange. So now we have to exchange. Exchange from the tens column. So the 3 becomes a 2. And we add the 10 here, so it becomes a 10. So 10 subtract 6, which is 4. And 2 subtract 1, which is 14. So the answer we have is 14. So x just basically means 14. To help me a bit, I'll use the little grid I used before. Now let's read. Rosie is finding an algebra problem. Something plus 7 negative 10 equals 5. Let's not focus on this part since we need to find out the answer for this one first. So like we did in the last question, we have to do the inverse. So what's opposite of subtraction? Let's check our grid, which is adding. So 10 add 5 is 15. I can write 15 in the bottom to remember my number. Now let's continue. Now we have to see this. So plus 7. Oh, let's just do 15 add 7. That's easy and that's the answer. Remember, the input, which is this, the first number, has to be smaller than the output. So we have to do the inverse of adding, which is subtracting. So 15 take away 7, which I do not need to work out, is 8. So let's add an 8 right here. There. So 8 adds 7, which is 15, minus it by 10 is 5, which gives me the answer 5. Now let's see the next one. Rosie says, I can't do this because you can't do 5 take away 10. Is she correct? Explain why. Now we can see that Rosie is not correct. And why? I'll give you a second, so please pause the video and explain why. Now once you have finished, let's see if your answer is correct. She is wrong. Rosie is incorrect because that's not what you're meant to do. You're meant to do inverse, so instead it's 5 add 10 and not 5 take away 10. And the answer is no. Now let's do another one, but without this little help. Now, I made a new one. This one is going to be only about division and multiplication, as you can see here. Ryan and Adam are working out a math problem. Something times 2 divided by 2 equals 10. We're going to forget about this part for now since we need to work out this answer to answer these. So, of course, we're not going to use our little helping grid, and we're just going to do it by memory. This is also a reasoning question. So let's see if we are capable to do a reasoning experiment. Let's see our mentality and how strong it is with reasoning. So like we said, what's the opposite of division? Timesing, so 10 times 2, which is 20. And 20 divided by 2. Let's use bus stop method. Or, you don't need to use it since it's an easy one, which is 10. So the input is 10. Now let's read this. Ryan says, the answer is 10 because 10 divided by 2 is 5 and times by 2 is 10. Adam says, the answer is 1 because 2 divided by 2 is 1. I would kind of say they are both wrong. But as Ryan is technically correct, he didn't explain it properly, so he meant it in another way. He did it wrong, but got the correct answer, but that does not count. Because you need to do the correct method. So, basically, no one's correct. If you still don't understand why Ryan's not correct, it is because he is meant to explain it with the right method. There we go. And that is the end of it. Thank you for watching my algebra solving problems. I hope you understood and learned what algebra means. I appreciate it. Thank you.